Hey guys, we're coming to you live today from University of Queensland, the Holtz Room Precinct today for our matchup between the QUT Tigers and UQ Union. My name is Mitch, replays Anis. I'm joined by my co-caster here, Max Formal von Neumann.
Yeah, you got it right. A lot of people don't.
I know.
I'm actually impressed.
The Amsterdam names, they don't come in on Netherlands, whatever that country's called.
Amsterdam.
How are we, guys? Just keen to see these two teams go head-to-head. I believe that teams are going to be coming in from the back of the room now. Oh, not now.
They'll be coming soon. We got, like, I don't know, it's almost WWE-esque how they're going to come through. But first we want to bring up, this is a special occasion. Do you want to know why?
Because it's the two teams, the two universities from Brisbane. No one really cares about the other one.
Yeah, Griffith.
So yeah, QUT versus UQ.
Yeah, it says QUT up on the board right now. Fine-looking gentlemen. Game face is on. They are ready for battle. And as I was about to say, the reason why this is a special occasion is because this is the first ever Grudge match that is going to be settled on Summoner's Rift between these two campuses. That's right, this is the first ever show League of Legends match, and now we're just going to take a quick look at their opponents. This is the UQ team, by the way, who they're up against. That's not the right correct. Photo. That's the UQ Low Club.
But it is fine. We're getting the other photo up shortly, but no, of course, the UQ versus QT, obviously both these teams, last year QT did have a OCS level team, and now UQ has followed swiftly along, and now we have our own semi-professional League of Legends team, so this will be the first of these. For some of these players, their first stage games, so it'll be really hard to see these guys go head-to-head on the Rift.
Yeah, so there's actually, it's a wonderful mix of players who have played both in like OCS Academy as well as rookie players. All of these players you're going to see here today are top-level competitors, and you know, a lot of them have that aspirations of one day making it big. But before we get into it, we have that special surprise we were talking about before. I don't know how many people here saw the anime talent show, but we're going to get a little repeat performance from our first act there. They're a dance group by the name of Stardust, and they're going to put on a little show for us right now. So here they come.
Can we hear it nice and loud for Stardust coming to the stage now? Oh, is this KDA? Oh, yep.
Again. We wanna dose of this right now it's KDA. I'm about to spin a blade. 소리처럼 나 이름 잊지 못하게 loud 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 loud. I could take you to the top. 절대 멈추지 못해. 내가 끝내주는 bad girl yeah yeah. When I start to talk that oh you know how to read it. I'm a picture perfect face with that wild in my veins. You can hear it in my gut. So keep your eyes on me now.
Yeah, I'll do you, Jim. Hello. So that was pretty impressive. Let's give another round of applause for Stardust there. Once again, wonderful rendition of KDA. I mean, that was very impressive. What did you think?
How hype was that? The classic music video starting off Worlds, almost like this fantastic event we have today.
Yeah, it's our own
between these two teams. So
our own special Worlds right here at UQ. That's that's worth the price of admission. Which
was nothing. So yeah, you got great value.
So
for
yeah,
money
you
today.
got more than your value's worth with that, and we're not even at the main event yet.
So as we're just in between that intermission, we'll be waiting for our two teams to join us quite short. So as our two teams are coming on quite shortly now, we'll be waiting for them to come through.
Yep, we'll be waiting for them to come through now as we are getting set. They're going to be making their way through the center. It's almost like WWE. Yes, these are two teams. First coming through will be QUT as we are waiting for them to come through. Their top lane will be Frog.
And everyone who wants to hear QUT, you can make it loud. Who's supporting QUT tonight?
Oh, a little bit of almost a hostile crowd, I would say. They are on enemy turf today because we are playing on the
away
University
turf
of
today. See how they go. Of course, the lineup coming through now.
Go. I mean, they're dressed appropriately, wearing black if they're going to play the role of the heels in this match. That said, these are very talented. They are working hard, so they're worth cheering for. We don't want to be disrespectful as they are in the enemy's house. That said, though, their opponent's going to be making their way through right about now. It's UQ Union, the home turf. Let's hear it for the homeboys.
The hometown team coming through, going to try to take it out against the crosstown rivals. Their first game as a organization today.
Yeah, it is. This is their debut match. They're dressed nice in that UQ purple, flexing for us, showing off those muscles. Maybe some flex picks as well. We'll see. We'll see what they sit down and we get into that pick and ban phase. So while we have a chance, let's quickly introduce the players, hey?
So yeah, starting in the top lane for UQ Union, we have Nightfaller. It's his first game. He's a rookie, 17, straight out of high school. He's just started playing top lane again, so we'll be interested to see how he goes today. In the jungle is Alani. He's an ex-OCS Order and Dire Cups player, so really high player coming through. He's one of the people noted as one of the best shot callers here. In the mid lane, they have Zatar. He's also from OCS caliber. He's known for some fantastic picks, so him very highly mechanical player. Really excited to watch that. And in the AD carry for UQ Union, we have Farmer. He's also a former OCS player playing for Chiefs Academy.
Yeah, a bit of a fan following there for Farmer. I'm hearing people getting excited, ready to see him go.
And the final rookie today, we have UQ Union support Artek. So this is going to be his first game out. He loves playing those engaged style supports. So some very exciting players coming out from him.
A couple rookies from the UQ Union squad, and it's going to be really interesting to see how they go on the stage for the first time ever. Their opponents, though, will be the QUT Tigers. In the top lane, it is Frog Dog, Jungle, hi, and goodbye.
Oh.
The mid lane is unspecialized. Oh, and UQ is back on the stream for us.
This is the team photo we were supposed to have earlier up. You can see the boys there. Once again, right down. In the top lane is Nightfall. The jungle is Alani. Mid lane is Zatar, ADC Farmer, and Artek in the support role today.
All right, and now we can finally go through the entirety of the QUT roster. Third time's a charm. Top lane, Frogadog, jungle, hi and goodbye. Mid lane is unspecialized. The ADC is Faint, and the support is Spoil. And there they are.
QUT Tiger, of course, were in the OCS last year, so could definitely put up a fight. It did a good test for UQ Union in their first sort of game together.
Experience will be on QUT's side.
Especially, I'd like to see. I can't wait to see Faint and our specialized player. Cast them last year in the University Esports League. They did very, very well there, reaching the I believe the final there. Unfortunately, did go down, but that team again was really, really strong. And seeing these, especially the 80 carry Faint, since those crit changes have come back through, it's going to be really interesting to see how he plays today.
Yeah, and it's, really it's the start of the second chance for QUT after falling just short. They're hoping to start off the 2019 season with the win here in the show match and working all their way to that final. And who knows, maybe they'll bring it home and win the championship this time. However, if UQ Union can come out here in this show match and win against a finalist from last year, that's making a statement.
I know, exactly. And these two teams as well, just super hyped them coming in here. It's going to be really interesting to see who comes out on top. I mean, obviously here the home crowd is definitely in the favor of UQ Union, and if they can pull it out a fantastic future here, I think everyone here will be very happy.
I think it is really important for UQ Union to just really put on a show and prove it to themselves that they can compete at this Scholastic level. And then when you look at the caliber and like some of the players, Alani, Zaita, Pharma, these are good players. So they have to be coming in with high expectations, and they really should be not just expecting to show up, but almost expecting to win.
Yeah, of course. And again, it's like one of their first games together. It's a great way to start off the season. These teams will be playing each other in the OCS League, which, if you don't know, is called the Oceanic Challenger Series. It's a level just below the OPL, which is the highest tier of League of Legends here in OCE. So most of these players are looking to get towards that level in the future, as they're just still warming up on the stage.
Exactly. And warming up is exactly it, especially for these rookies, This is a chance to really, get a feel for it in a less competitive environment, get a sense for the stage, really start learning how to play in these more high-pressure situations, but easing into it, just nice and easy.
Yeah, of course. These two teams, this is like the ideal practice you want to coach one of these teams. There's some on-stage scrim experience. Of course, there are still prizes today, but there's obviously a huge other prizes. The rivalry between these two universities. Whoever can come out on top will have bragging rights for the foreseeable future, of course.
And we are actually right about now moving into our picks and ban phase.
And yeah, as you see, the first ban coming through is Lysandra here. A very traditional mage who's always up, just waiting for the stream to come up. But of course, Lysandra's strong control mage, really one of those good blind picks you can always take, especially on the blue side. And LeBlanc, the ban coming at you from the red side as well. Really, really strong mid lane pick.
It's interesting seeing the LeBlanc actually taken away early. That probably was something I would think would be a scouted move, would you say?
No, LeBlanc, one of the champions, really strong as well right now in the meta. Since the Lysandra is banned away, it's going to be very hard for the LeBlanc to really... LeBlanc doesn't really have any other counters available unless you want to play something like the Orianna into it. So seeing these picks come through is especially...
Yeah, we're seeing a Yorick and a Thresh ban now. Yorick, that strong top lane split pusher, you can leave him isolated, so obviously they don't want to have to deal with that. You don't want to have to deal with the Maiden coming through and wrecking the lane, so that's taken away, as well as Thresh, the most solid basic support, I would say.
Yeah, so generally right now in the meta, you usually have like the red side has to ban all those priority picks, so the blue side doesn't get a good first pick. But Yorick is actually interesting, since he's one of those champions who does have a lot of counters available, even though he's like one of the strongest top laners at the moment. So you see him get banned out on red side really, really often, so that he's not able to actually get a because you can't really first pick him in blue side, so you have to ban it out on blue so it doesn't get picked on red. And Yasuo, the last ban, one of the crowd's favorite champions, is one of those champions that's really strong with after those quick reworks and will get banned out.
And also we have gotten our first pick. Again, we're still waiting to get the picks and bans on the screen for you to see, but we can see right now the first pick for UQU is Rek'Sai, so that will be run by Alani in this game. It's good to see Rek'Sai back more in the meta, I would say.
Yeah, he did just get some changes before in the last patch, so good to see her back in there. She hasn't been viable and competitive for a long, long time. So yeah, good to see that pick back. Really, really strong, high aggressive jungle, and easy to see jungle prior this early as well.
Yeah, it is. And on the response, though, QUT has locked in Kai'Sa and Galio to respond. So Kai'Sa, that late game scaling ADC, and Galio is a bit of that flex pick. Could be run mid, could be run support.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of Galio support ever since he got those base armor, base AP nerfs. So his mid lane clears in his group with the mana. So yeah, obviously good late game scaling picks. Galio is really good in the team fights, and the Draven and Alistar instantly locked in from UQ Union. Two really strong high priority picks. Draven's been banned out so much since he has that just free early lane presence, so it's really, really hard for them to try to combat that in the bottom lane, especially into a Kai'Sa. The Draven is one of those picks you've seen crop up at Worlds a fair bit, but Sejuani as well for QUT, the last pick in our first pick ban phase. Really strong meta pick, and the pick ban is finally up on the stage, on the screen now.
Yeah, as we're moving into our second round of bans, right away it is the Zoe taken off the table. More of those assassin mages.
Everybody loves Zoe. It's one of those champions you either hate or you don't appreciate at all. So she's really, really strong right now. You see the mid lane meta has kind of swapped up a little bit and changed to more of those stat checky type mids. So like your Orianna, Syndra, Zoe. Those are those three kind of champions that when nothing else is super strong, those are the champions that come back, since they pretty much just build items and one-shot you. So we are in one of those kind of metas when the Akali and the Aurelia and all those champions kind of got nerfed. We had to switch back to that more stat checky, control the mid lane kind of style with the Zoe and etc. Which is why you see him banned out. And
yep, and as we're taking a look at it, we are seeing the Braum taken away, the Jarvan taken away, as well as the Urgot. It's interesting seeing the Braum taken away because I don't really see what he's going to be looking to block in terms of that hard engage.
I mean, Braum is one of those champions who's actually really strong counter into Alistair, since he stocks up those passive with these auto attacks. So when the Alistair goes for him for headbutt pulverize, generally you can turn that around quite quickly with a Braum shield. And of course, that Galio can still be flexed into the mid lane, even though we've seen it as a support much more often. So the reason why they've banned that Braum away is to pretty much prevent that. And then Urgot as well, one of those champions who's been strong for ages. Jarvan is a really good flex pick. And into top lane coming into the lower thing. You see the Fiora locked in here for Nightfall up on the top side. Really strong counter to that sign, obviously getting the buffs lately.
The Teemo hover. There it is. I don't think this is going to go through.
Definitely not, unless we have some LCK kind of vibes here. Teemo mid, I don't think that's a big thing, but Zaita will have to blind pick his mid lane, and it's something
Orianna.
more expect like the Orianna.
Yeah, Orianna, definitely the safer of the, one of the safest mid picks actually right now as well.
Definitely, yeah. Zoe, Syndra, and Orianna, like your three kind of mid laners you'll see quite often. Still waiting to see what QUT do. Either going to put that Gallium in support or picks up a mid lane here, or see if they can flex it around. But yeah, it's really strong comp coming out here from UQ. It's a very heavy teamfight comp. Obviously, you got the Alistair to deliver the ball, and then you have another win condition with the Fiora in the side lane to kind of mix it up. And that's a Renekton locked in.
Very aggressive top laner there, going to be played by Frogadog.
So most likely to be the Scion in the mid lane then for unspecialized, and then you'd be seeing a Renekton into Fiora matchup, which is one of those matchups that's been around for quite a while. It's very skill-based, though, so it just depends if the Fiora can riposte the Renekton stun that comes through, and if she can manage that, then Fiora pretty much hard wins that.
That's that Orphan early gank. Like, if either Hyangabai or Alani is able to get to the top lane in that first rotation, it could lead to a very easy snowball from either side.
Of course, since this is, of course, Nightfall is one of his first rookie games, really see how strong his mechanics are, especially into Frogadog in this skill lane matchup. So this is obviously the old blood Frog saying, hey, who's going to... You're new on the block. I heard you're pretty good. Let's test your skills out now.
Yeah. It is also going to be... Something else that I'd like to see... I'm curious if UQ Union is actually going to really giving that support for the rookie players, or if they're going to play around them, try to help them ease in, or if they're going to play around what they may perceive as their strengths, which would be the players with that experience. Because I can also see them trying to like get Draven up and going as fast as possible.
I mean, they're going to have to, because if this game goes late, there's going to be no way they're going to be able to get this Kai'Sa with the 4 meatballs in front of it. It's a classic comp you see with the protect the AD carry comp. So Kog'Maw traditionally is the one that is always in front there. So yeah, as we're jumping into the loading screen
our loading screen now. Oh, we get to actually take a look at some of their masteries there. We're going to take a look if there's anything that's striking out to you. I'm seeing a Conqueror on that Rek'Sai. I'm seeing a Comet on the Scion.
Yeah, Rek'Sai is one of those best Conqueror users, since you can get like multiple procs with all your skills you drop off really quickly, and then obviously she's able to stay in the fight. But yeah, as I said, so UQ, you want to play really early, heavily around this bot side. So you'd expect a top lane start and then to roam down like this.
Yep. And well, we are in game, so let's just hear a big loud. We are now on the Rift. The players are there. Give it up. You take a look at QUT all lined up, ready to go, about for that drop-off.
So you see both the teams coming out. They're looking for a much more safe start.
Yeah,
but yeah, QUT here definitely going to play this early game a lot slower. I want to get this Kai'Sa online, get the Rage Blade plus the Eye Infinity Edge, and from there just let the Scion, Sejuani, Galio, and Renekton just stand in front of her, and she just kills absolutely everybody else.
Yep, and we're definitely seeing a very safe start from both teams as they're each fanning out, protecting their jungles, watching for all those entrance points as you keep, practicing their mechanics right there. How fast can you turn back and forth, back and forth. Pink Galio, by the way, very, very good looking.
Yeah, love that Birdio skin. Obviously, April Fool's is just around the corner. We're seeing some great new animalistic skins. So
yeah, a lot
Galio, one of those classic, fantastic ones. Probably one of the best skins of the game, to be honest.
I mean, it's definitely one of the better April Fool's skins. I tentatively agree. I don't know. There's some pretty classic ones, but still, I love how the camera's just zooming right on in on that pink Galio as we talk about him with those wonderful light blue overalls as we move along right here.
Of course, and one of the things that has been cropping up quite a lot in the professional plays, the Galio support. Since Galio isn't one of those picks you traditionally play in the support role, he's more of a mid lane in transition. And that's pretty much just because he's got a really great team fight in the mid game, and especially with this Kai'Sa, if he can land a really nice heroic entrance, he'll be able to knock up multiple members, get those plasma stacks, letting the Kai'Sa dive as effectively as she wants to. As we see, both the bot lane, both the teams starting off bot side leash. Bot lane start interestingly from the Rek'Sai, which means she's going to path towards both junglers are passing towards top side.
Very to start with the Sejuani. It looks like going straight from the blue buff to the Krug instead, or the Grump instead, not the Krugs. A little nervous here as we take a look at this top lane matchup already. Aggressive play out from Nightfaller, cutting back and forth. Aggressive play at the bottom. The Nightfaller really pushing Frogadog out of the lane right now. Again, lunging forward. Oh, A bit of the counterattack, a bit of that lifesteal keeps Froggadog in safe position. No flashes, so I don't think there's real kill pressure yet. We cut back to the bot lane and back into mid. Yep. So what do you think about that level 1 engage right there, straight from Nightfaller?
I mean, one of the things Fiora wants to do is she obviously wins those early trades with the Q-poke, since Renekton generally levels up his Calder Meek first. So Fiora just should be looking to just slowly shove that wave in and try to get a bounce back to level 2. She knows both the junglers will be topside around then. So Renekton can get a nice freeze on here. It's going to be great.
Renekton could get a nice freeze. So because of the map, actually, it looks like Alani is a bit on the bot side of the jungle, unfortunately, only now just making it to the top. So it's a little bit behind almost. As High and Goodbye is going straight from buff to buff. We take a look. Also got that first Rift Herald on the bot side. It'll be interesting to see who makes a play for that second Scuttlebug.
Yeah, of course. I think definitely Alani has the tempo on here. He did start with Grudge, so he gets a 3 camp level 3, which isn't really easy to do without that coaching.
And now we got a little bit of aggression coming in again. The parry is there to stop the stun as Nightfaller is trying to fight back. This could be for blood, but here comes High and Goodbye. The launch forces out the flash, but the follow-up flash is there. Nightfaller's quite low, but Alani's here to turn it back around. He cannot be slow, but can he be stopped? Damage is slowly easing off as both people are going to back off for now. Action in that top lane. Flashes expelled by both High and Goodbye and Nightfaller, as well as Alani, actually. So 3 flashes down.
Yeah, you see Alani stay around here, help the top lane and shut the wave in, and then he's going to get a nice reset off and burn that GP. Well, it won't actually have to because the wave's crashing. But as I recently mentioned before, of course, the Renekton froze that wave. You knew that Sejuani was going to pass up to the top side there, so yeah, Nightfall getting a little bit caught out. Wasn't too thinking about Sejuani, since generally you see junglers gank around that 20-minute buff. But really nice move from Alani to be there straight off the Scuttle Crab to help her top laner survive.
Because we did know that Sejuani would be there first, but good rotation by Alani, and yeah, keeps their top laner safe. Teleport actually being used by Froggadog to get back into the lane quicker, so hopefully she'll be able to keep up that tempo. If you take a look at the CS differential already, Froggadog is starting to pull ahead.
Yeah, of course, burning that TP means he's able to get back and collect the CS more, but now the Fiora does have that TP advantage. If you're looking for a play later on, potentially around this first dragon that's spawning, those dragons are so much more valuable now.
It could be that first dragon. It could also be to try and cash in on Draven's Ardoration stacks, perhaps, as well. The first dragon, as you can see right there, will be an Earth Dragon, best used for sieging towers and further dragons and barons, the neutral objective dragon.
Yeah, of course. Then Infernal Dragon did get buffed as well, so it's now 8% total damage, I think, to towers, so it's really important, especially if a UQU can get this, because it means they will be able to start pushing this lead with this Draven, who's already starting to get a bit of a lead in the bot lane. And it's really crucial that he gets, like the farmer gets ahead here instead of Feint to the Kite in the scale late game. If QUT pick it up, they're going to have a really scary potential 20-minute Baron, since Kite with those plasma stacks absolutely nukes that objective.
Exactly, but as we take a look at the jungle, more again once on that bot side, as you can take a look, High and Goodbye just picked up the Grump as well. Moving in towards the river. Be interesting to see if he's going to feign towards mid lane or top, but he actually is going to walk right into Alani right now as the camera's going to jump to it. A little bit of jungle poking right there, fighting over those pink wards. As it, top lane, a bit of action. The knock-up actually connects onto Zyza, who's going to turn it right back around. Not going to damage out of Sion, really.
Yeah, of course, Oriana getting priority down the lane, so not much going on the top side trade. But yeah, so obviously the junglers fighting over the controller, that's all that matters to them. I wanted to quickly mention about this bot lane here. So obviously the Draven wants to get down early poker, look for earlier lanes with his Alistair at level 3. One of the biggest problems with the Draven is he's always going to push, since he wants to get those Adoration stacks with the Axis, of course. So he's going to be pushing, and it makes it very easy to
Nightfaller once again is going behind minion lines and aggressively attacking Froggadog. For a rookie, he is really trying to put that tempo down, despite, with teleport up as well. What I'm trying to say is he's in a really good position right now.
Yeah, obviously Nightfaller.
Oh, but here comes the gate. Maybe I spoke too soon. It's fantastic curse as High and Goodbye comes through. Nightfaller, though, able to get away cleanly. No summoners needed.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a mistake from Sejuani coming from a gank there, even though she had nothing on
the death from Artex is dead, forces out the flash of Feint, but now Spoil might be the one in trouble. Lonnie coming through in the jungle is unable to really follow up. So in the end, only flash taken away from the Star ADC from QUT.
Yeah, really nice engage. You see the power of that Alistair Draven, so much damage coming out straight away. Gets the summoner out of Feint for the next fight, but Farmer also burned his flash trying to chase down that kill.
That may actually turn out to be a little bit of a mistake for Farmer. That flash could be very much needed, especially if Spoil is to do a flash engage on himself. As you can take a look, Galio's flash still open. So that Draven now could be a very, very spicy target.
I don't think I want to really look for engages in that bot side though. Of course, maybe with High and Goodbye they could potentially turn around, but in this Draven Alistair lane, if Galio burns his taunt too early, it means that Draven's going to have free orders for the rest of the fight. So could potentially turn into a definitely 2v3 there.
Especially with the teleport still down on Frog and Dog and unspecialized, it would make it for a tricky setup. But that said, keep an eye on those teleport timers because that could be the opening for a bot lane play from QUT.
Yeah, of course. Another thing about the top lane, it's interesting Nightfall is falling behind NCF. I think those kind of skirmish boostings have been using that parry way too early. As a Fiora, you need to make sure you wait to see Renekton's animation stuff for his stun before you use it, or else you won't actually get the stun on that. You're trying to predict it.
Yeah, Lonnie was just taking a little peek there into the jungle, keeping their tabs on high and goodbye. I think they might recognize the bot lane could be a source of focus, so they're trying to keep their eyes on him.
Of course, always going to make sure you track an enemy jungle up, make sure you know where he is. Do you see which team makes the first play around this Mountain Dragon? So I think it's definitely going to be a big objective to be contested here.
It definitely looks like it will be as we get back at top. The lane, Frog and Dog doing a pretty good job in freezing the lane right there in front of his tower. And the bot side is actually, yeah, here comes that move. High Goodbye is coming in, the target is the Draven. He's stunned, and he is going to go down. First blood over to Fate. However, Fate now is going to have to try and run for his life. There's no real follow-up except for Alani coming in the backside. Fate's spun on away. He will go down. Alani picking up the retribution kill. But we are not done. High and Goodbye trying to run back to the jungle. He's going to flash over the wall to safety. And that should end it. It's only 1 for 1 at the end. And oh no, Saida! Ulti over the wall gets High and Goodbye, but he's still alive. No, he will fall. It is a second kill over for the side of UQ Union. And in the debut match, they are coming up ahead in kills. However, in exchange, they might be losing some top pressure, but now no towers are going to go down. That is a win for UQU.
Yeah, UQU, of course, with the teleport, was able to turn that around and get into a positive overall fight. Really good movement there from High and Goodbye, but also it was just a shame that the UQU was so disconnected. They didn't expect the Sejuani to be there. So when the Alistar went in, the Draven got instantly altered by the Arctic Assault from the Sejuani and was able to do anything else.
Yeah, I mean, and that was the flash burned before on that aggressive play coming back to haunt him. However, again, great teleports from Nightcrawler to just sort of turn it back around and give UQU a bit of a gold lead. It's only 500, it's pretty small, but you know, the momentum from getting those 2 kills, you have to imagine, is doing good for the team.
It was a really good killer instinct from Feint as well to stay alive for even longer, get some more DPS, and unfortunately they couldn't turn it into a kill. But that Kai'Sa ultimate is also now on cooldown while the Draven does have his Whirling Deathwind.
Yeah, so once again, before the advantage may have been towards the QUT bot lane, that could turn back around for UQ, especially with that Dragon still up as we take a look at QUT clearing up that Dragon. However, with the Rift Scuttle there, they're not going to be able to make a play just yet.
At least not without UQU's knowledge. They don't really want to do that since if this Draven can come up pretty dire for the QUT 4-man unit that maybe look for that play. That
said, we got a little bit of aggressive play. Once again, that early parry coming out and it's backfiring against Nightfaller. Ultimate struck, and what is that damage? Frog and Dog deleting Nightfaller.
Yeah, once again, Nightfall making a mistake with the parry, using it too predictably, too early. He needs to hold that cooldown there and look for something else.
Ooh, Taunt just missing there from Spoil. Farmer could have been in a bit of trouble. That flash is not back up yet, so QUT is actually looking to make another play. The Arctic Assault, yeah. The ultimate on Sejuani is back. Meanwhile, Frog and Dog is actually shoving this top tower. That's 2 of those blades gone, and that's a lot of gold going Frog and Dog's way.
They might even look for a dive here. Bots has played Noble Rex size.
Now they're backing off and moving to Dragon, actually. If you take a look at the map, they realize they have him pinned down. The jungler revealed himself on the top side. Hey, guess what? That's a Mountain Dragon.
And that's all just for that Prosh that Frog and Dog's winning in that 1v1. Fiora mix executing the mechanics and getting punished for it.
So this Dragon should very much go uncontested on the way of QUT. If you take a look at that gold advantage as well with the kill from Frog and Dog, it does appear that QUT is back out in front in this match.
And the next objective coming out is a Cloud Dragon, so it's going to be not as highly prized. No one's ever won a game with a Cloud Dragon, I don't think, but you know, it's a dragon, it's still there, it's still an objective to take, and if UQU especially want to get that off the map so they can look for the next spawn.
Teleport being used by Unspecialized to get back into the mid lane. It actually puts a bit of pressure for the next major objective being the Rift Herald, because if you can get that thing down in the next 3 minutes, use it, destroy some tower plays, that's a lot of gold. And you can take a look at the minimap right down there. QUT recognizes that. They're pinging the Rift Herald. They may try to make a move for it.
Yeah, you definitely want to now, especially since you got this pressure in the top side with Frogodog winning that 1v1. He's up about 30 CS, probably about 1,000 gold, or he's at 1,300 gold on the top side there, so it's a huge lead to have. It's going to be very, very difficult for Nightfall to try to come back.
Yeah, indeed. As Spoil clearing about some vision, we're doing a bit of back and forth there. really things are, it almost seems like things are calming down right now, although I suppose soon Alani's looking for that gank, but if you take a look at the map, High and Goodbye is coming right from behind. He's going to get spotted. This could be a fight. Alani gets that initial first bit of damage. It wasn't that much against the tanky woman, boar, beast combination, and Unspecialized was roaming down, decides to back up, and we're all good.
Yep.
We're back to neutral, relaxing, peaceful times. And Arctic Assault lands on Arctic, and they're going to try and turn it around. Really, Ultimate's used, but not a lot of damage going any which way, as Arctic with his unflinchable courage, it's just not going to take any damage.
Yeah, the Unbreakable Will coming out of the Alistair there, cleansing that Frost Prism off from the Sejuani, so nothing going down in the bot lane there. Good stop from Arctic there, else that would have gone straight onto the AD carry.
Yeah, it was a good bit of body blocking, keeping Draven nice and safe, although Farmer has used his flash again. I'm not quite sure when that was, so once again, that is a big target on him, especially when he's sitting around with no mana.
No, yeah, of course. So Farmer here just wants to keep this axe up as long as possible.
Nightfaller was trying to back, got caught out. The parry, once again, coming out early. There is a stun there, however, he was able to launch away to safety.
Yeah, the parry just from Nightfall has just been falling short this entire game. It's really...
and a big double top. Here comes High and Goodbye. Will that ultimate come down? Spoil's getting thrown under. He's actually going to try and use his ult defensively to get back out. I'm not sure. Maybe he thought Arctic was going to keep on that engage there, but instead, like, UQ was like, we're outnumbered. We're going to get safety under that back under our own tower.
I think that Alistair still had his headbutt available, so Galio needed to get the ult to get out of tower, and just might have potentially gone down to the Draven there. You get 2-level lead here for Froggadog on the top side. It's basically nothing Nightfaller can do until he gets that Trinity Force Spear Soaking completed.
Yeah, Nightfaller is falling further.
Which is, 3 items into the game, so it's going to be very hard for Fiora to win the side lane against this Renekton until about the 25 to 30 minute mark.
And even then, like, by that stage, it may even be too late, especially when you take a look at the farm differential. We're almost looking at the half-century mark there for Frog and Dog. It's just pure domination on the top lane.
Yeah, up there in the top side, it's a huge increasing. About still even on gold, though, surprising. I think there's a big gold lead as well in the jungle and the mid lane for the side of UQU. So it's still very much in the balance. I can't wait till we get this to about this 20-minute mark and see which AD carry can play these team fights better. Because if Kai'Sa can get some really good damage off with that IE completed as well, for the Q Evolve, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how these team fights go towards the mid lane game.
Yeah, it's an interesting bit of a power spike right now because you have the eye edge actually completed on Feint, but not so much on Farmer just yet. So if a fight is to break down between the two, the advantage would go to QUT's side. Take a look back in the mid lane. Not much action has actually happened mid yet. The jungle's content to play around the bot side of this map as it looks like we have another potential gank possibly getting set up. Alani waiting in the wings, as well as High and Goodbye sitting on the pink ward. Nergy safe. Artek's going to step forward and into the bush he goes. We got a bit of a fight. The pulverizer's there. Will we see the headbutt? High and Goodbye is going to flash over the wall to safety, actually.
This Sejuani's already got the Cinderhole completed, so it's very hard for these bot laners to burst her down. Like, pretty much the only one they can really kill now from UQ is the Kai'Sa to get onto it first before they start getting these tank shredding items on the carries. So the team comp from QT is just big meatballs, and there's not much you can really do against them until a little bit later into the game.
So it's very interesting to see the Ninja Tabby actually coming out onto the Scion, much more prepping for later in the game when he'll have to deal with the Fiora and the Draven. But we got a bit of action, and it looks as Froggadog may have been caught out, but High and Goodbye's on the grid, misses with the ultimate, unfortunately, Froggadog will fall. No, it's actually a double kill on the Unspecialized. Big Scion plays 3 kills to the side of UQ Union as High and Goodbye picks up that third one on Nightfaller. And, sorry, that was 3 kills for QUT, my apologies there, but big plays.
Yeah, of course, right there in the mid lane getting caught out, trying to kill him this huge Renekton, but unfortunately he's just way too far ahead. Got the Black Cleaver completed already, and there just wasn't enough damage from that Orianna to try and burst him down. And way too quickly. He still had the ultimate available, and as a result wasn't able to get a kill.
And with that skirmish down, that's 2 towers, both in top and in bot, as well as the Rift Herald for the side of QUT. I believe it's safe to say they've just blown this game wide open.
They've blown this game completely open. It's very hard for UQU to try and maybe look for some fights back into this game. The only way they can do it is they can get a team fight where they can destroy this Renekton and this Kai'Sa immediately, and then the Draven can just DPS the rest of the tanks and eventually chunk them down. But if it's Rift Herald used as well, Expect the mid tower to fall soon as well, and it'd be very hard for UQ to move into that Baron area while QUT have priority.
The problem I see, though, is where's the damage going to come from in order to brush down the Kai'Sa and the Renekton right now? Because the Draven still doesn't have a completed item yet.
I mean, the IE is coming through now. He's only about 300 gold or so off completing that item. As you can see, all the components are in his inventory, unless he opts to go back for the Bloodthirster, but both of those options provide a ridiculous amount of damage for the Draven. See, both the teams now just want to try to take control of this area, start prepping for this Baron, and QUT especially want to try to make a play around mid lane with Swift.
Yes, they will, as we take a look. A little bit of a lane swap right now. Nightballer having moved to the bot side. As actually, it was unspecialized work on the bot side. Maybe we're going to try and see a 1-3-1 setup coming out there from QUT.
Yeah, they're definitely going to start pushing this Renekton further and further ahead of the Fiora. Sorry, they do have double TPs on both their mid laner and their top laner, so it's definitely in their favor to start moving around the map. One of the issues that you do have, those Orianna is really not good in those side lanes. So generally you'd have your bot lane hero in the top lane, especially playing around the Baron. So having this Orianna in this mid lane versus the Kai'Sa and the Galio is very problematic. If she gets flashed on, she hasn't got many escapes, she's not very mobile. It's going to be very important how she plays around her Alistar.
And as we take a look right now, once again, QUT is looking to get their second Dragon of the game, this time the Cloud one uncontested, as UQ is more focused on the top side of the map. So a free Cloud Drake overside for QUT, just furthering their advantages.
Yeah, of course, QUT picking up that Cloud Drake as well, resetting it, getting another spawn. All they want to do is just try to keep this Baron, try and minimize UQ's chances to take the Barons, get rid of their win conditions, which is getting them to that Elder Dragon, since it's the only way they can really contest some of these late game team fights.
And now it looks like they're going to be making a play here on the bot side. Nightfaller swaps out for the 4-man gank. He kind of senses it out ahead of time. The rest of the team is coming to back it up. We may be seeing a fight as the Rift Herald is going to be dropped. They're going to make a move for this tier 2 bot side tower. Where is the backup? We take a look at that map. Alani is waiting, and the means he's going to go for it, but Arctex is actually going in after the Sejuani hiding the body. Decides I'm going to go in deep after forward, but he is in way too deep. That should be a dead Sejuani. Down it goes. But on the other side, Kai'Sa is starting to pop up. He has taken out the Rek'Sai, and here we go. It's a bit of back and forth. A 1-for-1. Junglers die on each side.
Yeah, I mean, still not over yet. The Rift Herald is still going to get another charge off, maybe stop it, and it goes down there. So, I mean, interesting Rift Herald use from QUT. I think maybe they expected UQ to be slow on the rotation. They could maybe pick up an inhibitor tower there. But I still think that Rift Herald was much greater use in that mid lane, getting that mid tier 1 down, able to get that mid priority to rotate over to the Baron.
I mean, yeah, Cloud Drake makes you fast, but not that fast.
No, of course. Not that fast.
Not that fast.
But, yeah, no. A good team fight that coming out of QUT. The Rek'Sai kind of just dived into the backline and they got one shot by the Kai'Sa. Didn't really have any support. Just use that relentless... No, his ability's called. Void Assault, sorry. Yep. Onto the Kai'Sa. Tried to get it down immediately, but didn't have that damage just yet. Bought the GA second item, so on a damage carrying the jungle, that's definitely not what you want to have to do immediately. Stats are really inefficient once that GA's popped, so yeah, that's not the best for Alani or UQ.
No, but the damage for Rex, I do respect the fact that we're probably going to see some more aggressive plays, I would be assuming, with that GA, though, however, because if the Rek'Sai can go in, get that knock-up onto Feint, or maybe even Froggadog, and they can eliminate it that quickly. It doesn't matter if the Rek'Sai dies and comes back, so...
No, it doesn't really at all. It usually says Sejuani's building towards, I think she's putting to the Warmog's armor second, rather than towards that Knight's Vow. I'd much rather see it kind of build to help out this Kai'Sa, unless maybe another member of the team's getting it. But generally when you have a hyper carry, 80 carry, these kind of protect the carry comps, or raise the puppy that RNG got very famous for. You want to get that Knight's Vow on the jungle, so your support has more better options to synergize with the kid. As you can see, the Galio is building towards its redemption already instead of that Knight's Vow. So.
Take a look right there, seeing some pings going down. Baron might be the focus for QUT. We had just seen him clearing out Vision before. They did miss that one ward in the pit, however, so they can't quite start just yet without being seen, but it may not matter as they are all moving towards that Baron.
Yeah, it's very, very hard for UQU to contest this Baron. You usually have the Kai'Sa on the two items, the Rage Blade plus the IE to be pretty big from the rest of this game, so it's very important to take it down.
Not to mention that split pushing sign with that help from the ZZ Rod portal as well. However, he's going to back off for now, not keep it going.
Of course, you're good at shrinking tanks, but not that good about stopping a sign ultimate, so presses that R button, gets right away. Gets that cooldown out, but also in trade for the Grand Challenge from Fiora, so still not even just yet.
I actually kind of want to talk a bit more about this Scion build right now. Talk about like a real split push tank force right now. ZZ Rot being run. We haven't seen that item in the meta for a long while.
I mean, we did see it like a little bit last year when we had the Inting Scion strategy.
Yeah.
Or not, like earlier this year, I suppose.
I wouldn't call this Inting Scion, though.
This is the smarter way to play the Inting Scion strategy. It's not as...
The way where you don't
it
die.
down. Yeah, the zero death Inting Scion strategy, we'll call it. As you see, QUT just clearing out these controllers now, really taking control of the vision in this red side jungle. Making sure you have no idea what's going on, where they are.
Yep, and it will be
around Baron and maybe
and they finally spot that green ward in the pit. It had been bothering me, but good placement from the pink ward. Clears out the vision, so now UQU completely blind should QUT make a play for that Baron. However, they should have a good sense of when it's going down, especially because that entire area was cleared. It'll be interesting to see when UQ tries to pull the trigger and maybe bring this game back.
I really like to see them move that Frogger to that side lane against the Fiora and have the Scion around the mid side to maybe look for a pressure on this mid lane tower. I think it's really important to get this T1 down so they can have more freedom when moving into that jungle and also have deeper vision around the UQ tier 2 tower to enable them to see more.
Able to see more vision being cleared right there by High and Goodbye. As, yep, again, pace is getting slowed down. I would like to see a bit more aggressive out of QUT, just as you were saying, like maybe rotate their advantages into that mid lane to really get that siege underway. But instead it looks like, they've been more focused on clearing Baron, waiting for that right opportunity to take it, and then I imagine we'll see a QUT explosion.
Yeah, it's really important for them to get this mid lane tier 1. Allows you access to becoming
Baron. They started the Baron now. All right, so Baron has this started. It's already at half health. Look how fast they are burning through this. UQU is not really in a position to fight it. Teleport is coming through, I believe, but it's going to be too late. It is picked up by High and Goodbye, and will we see a resulting fight? Artek's on the run, however, Froggadog is trying to chase it down. Here comes the Galio of knock up, and Artek has nowhere to go. Froggadog picking up that kill, and the chase continues for QUT. Here comes that unstoppable Scion, unfortunately unspecialized, not going to be able to connect with anyone. And in the end, it is a Baron and a kill for QUT, and here comes the big push, I can imagine.
Yeah, obviously that Baron goes down so fast with these Kai'Sa plasma stacks, plus the rage they've been supplying him every second auto or so. So the Baron just gets absolutely shredded by that percent max HP damage. Now with this first Baron, they're going to definitely look to start pushing down this mid lane. The 2 tanks, or 3 tanks here in front of the Kai'Sa and the Renekton in the side lane. Yeah, very hard.
So hard for UQ to get to that Kai'Sa, especially when you have the threat of either Froggadog currently in the top lane, or if Unspecialized decides to head back to the bot. They would have to commit so much just to bring either of these juggernauts down that you then can't commit to the fight against Feint, who can just shred your team.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be pretty much until the Draven gets some tank shedding items, or that Ori is able to pick up the Lasan beyond this tournament. There's going to be no way for them to really get to these meatballs in the front line. It's going to be really hard for them to get access to this guy.
Yeah, but if there is an opening for UQU, it has to come through the newest mechanic here from Season 9, the bounties. Taking a look at the bounties on the QUT side, already 1 grand on the Froggadog, as well as 700 on the Feint. Again, we brought this up earlier in the game. These are the 2 key targets, and now especially big red bullseyes on these 2, because that extra gold is almost mandatory at this stage for UQU to get back in this game.
Yeah, there's really no way they're going to be getting without their shutdowns. UQU did just pick up the Cloud Dragon as well, so they will be able to match the QUT rotation if they're running between picking up the pieces between their shredded outer turrets. Only the mid lane outer turret tier 2, I believe, still stands. So really important that UQ can keep this tower and maybe look for some fights in this jungle.
They could possibly look for it at the moment, though. Without the vision, it doesn't like QUT wants to stick around on that bot side. Jungle instead content to go back into the lane to keep the push going. The siege is definitely on. As, we have a little play on Froggadog. Lonnie is moving from mid down to bot. Froggadog's already taken down to half. This could be that bounty. However, Rek'Sai's already so low, but with the GA will not go down. Instead, the kill goes to Nightfaller, and that is 1 grand towards the Fiora at the expense of the mid tower, but still, they need that money.
That is huge. She's gone to the Fiora. She really needs to get her items.
We're not done yet. Arctic going in deep. However, a taunt from Spoil keeps Arctic away from Feint. Unstoppable Scion going right in on that Arctic. There's Carnage everywhere. The ultimate from Orion is not enough to get much damage. Draven gets the kill on the Scion. This could be UQ's huge chance to turn it around. Spoil falls as well. and Farmer will be able to get out with his life. In the end, it is 3 kills across the map to the favor of UQU, and we have a game again, everyone. We're not done yet. Zion's going after Fade, but Fade's going to turn around. Zaya, 1-2, down you go. And just like that, the aggression from UQU, they thought everything was going their way, but Feint is the monster that he is. Says, nah, I'm taking one right back for myself.
Yeah, no, Zatai ran out of mana. They couldn't do much in the fight, but that's exactly the fights you want to see from UQU. The Rek'Sai was able to stay along the backline. The Alistar was able to get access to, so the Kai'Sa was zoned out from the fight and had no DPS. You just let that Draven shred down the tanks in the front line with that IE. It's a really nice fight from UQU, and that's exactly what they need, getting those shutdowns over onto those key carries. And hopefully with that lead they just gained, they can maybe look for a foothold back in this game.
Yeah, hopefully they can look for the foothold. They being a little disappointing to see Zyda go down. A bit of that over-aggression, I think, was riding a little bit too high on the adrenaline. Wanted to make that hero play and take down that AD carry. However, Feint still stands, and that is the real focus that UQU has to be wary of, because Feint's on 3 items now with a stopwatch.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to be so hard to kill.
So yeah, exactly. In that fight, they didn't actually kill him, but they were able to zone him out from the DPS. So all they have to do is try misposition everybody else, so that Feint all has to do is worry about peeling himself, getting away, while the Draven can just free hit. So as long as they're stopping Feint from doing DPS, whether that's because he's dead or because he's zoned out from the fight, that's what UQ need to take the win.
As we take a look now at the map, it looks as if QUT is, the vision completely set up on the top side of the map, ready for that next Baron to spawn in about a minute and a half. Whereas UQU, the UQU, the more focused bot side at the moment, and I'm not sure that's where they really want to be.
Yeah, no, I mean, as cutting as that last fight was for UQU, there's still a long way to come back. They're still about
exposed inhibitor, which could be falling right now. With everyone on the bot side of the map with that exposed inhibitor, Feint's there getting some damage. They don't want to commit to taking it down just yet, however. We'll back up for now. That ZZ Rod doing a bit of work.
Yeah, with that ZZ Rod there, I mean, the whole team's going to rotate and you want to protect these inhibitors, especially since that Baron is coming up. I mean, even losing that top side inhibitor isn't really that bad, since he's still close enough to the Baron anyways. But this second Baron is going to be turning point of the game. If QUT get it, the second Baron is so strong, it's almost impossible for UQU to try hold on to the rest of their base. So if QUT can secure this Baron, it's going to be very difficult to come back. However, they do need one of those teams. They need to look for a team fight like very soon now. Because if they're not unable to do that, QUT is going to run through their base.
That fight's going to be at that Baron pit. Like, everything is set up for Baron. Yeah, it's going to be a fight at that Baron pit, because if they lose that Baron, it is, you don't want to say it's game for sure, but it's pretty heavily going to be game.
Yeah, they do want to look for engage like prior to that though, since if it's around the Baron, they're going to have to face check, and that means they're going to be running straight into the QUT team, and they're not going to have any vision, any information besides just moving in now. You can see QUT postured around that blue buff, trying to look for a UQU face check. And try to turn out with their engage, and they'll be turning straight into the Baron as it spawns.
As it spawns, no vision there from UQU. This could be a free Baron from QUT. No one is close. Like, the only hope right now is if Farmer can sense it out and throw an ult and maybe steer it. Otherwise, that will be Baron. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Here comes the ultimate. Now, it was a bit too early. So QUT secures their second Baron of the game, and they should be looking to end it.
Yeah, it's really huge. It looks like end through this top side maybe. Nightfall still looking for maybe something on the bot side there, but it's going to be very difficult for them to come back from this. It was uncontested. You see, that's just a result of QT's complete control over the red side jungle. They did lose that fight that sent them back a little bit, but they still had control over that area, and then UQ wasn't able to really get in there. So we're going to look for one more, maybe team fight from UQ to try and get back into this game.
Looking for one. Arctic and High and Goodbye kind of feeling each other out. I don't think either side wants to commit yet, especially with that exposed inhibitor. One wrong engage, and that could be the base completely destroyed. In the end, QUT still looking for that opening. Unspecialized in the front line. And I'm taking a bit of that mini aggro, not quite getting in just yet. Here we go. Here comes the wave. It is a cannon wave as well. They're going to try and protect that cannon minion as it works on that inhibitor. Arctic going in a little too deep, gets taunted there by Spoil, but it's not enough to lead to the fight just yet. Inhibitor is going to go down. 1, 2, 3. There it goes. Unspecialized, getting the first inhib of this series. And they're going to rotate now to mid lane, although that minion wave is way in the middle there. It could take some time. I'd actually like to see him go all the way down to bot, where Frog and Dog has got a cannon up close. But nope, they're going to commit to mid instead.
That's just a simple split push 4-1 rotation there from QUT. Obviously, you want to keep that split pusher in that side lane to draw the hero away, since the only way you can really take an unfair fight in a 4v5. But Frogger also has his TP off as well. It will be a little bit easier for them to rotate between these two objectives since it's a bit closer, but with this Baron Baron up cannon minion is going to be very difficult for UQ to hold this.
And here we go. This could be the fight. High and Goodbye was actually going very aggressive out to Arctic. Unfortunately, unable to catch him for QUT. Also, I'd like to point out, I was very impressed with Froggendog's map awareness when he sees the rest of his own team going back to mid lane. He backs off, keeps himself safe, and then as soon as the team makes himself known again in that mid lane and they're close, gets aggressive. However, Arctic gets the headbutt pulverized. No follow-up from Nightfaller just yet. Their spoil was able to protect his big crocodile. And now we're back on the siege game.
Yeah, Renekton as well. Well, these champions got a lot stronger since they released that Spirit Shojin item. It gave him the stats he wants, and his ultimate really lets him to scale into the late game a little bit more. So it's one of those champions in the side lane who is very easily able to match this Fiora.
Void Seeker actually connecting on the farmer there. It's a nice little snipe as the siege of the mid tower will continue. The cannon is still up, but they should lose it now. Tower about 1/3 left. Should probably fall on this next wave unless UQU tries to pick their moment to engage just now.
Yeah, Farmer is back in the base putting the supers as well, so UQ pretty much have to go up this tower and just hope they can get something before the Baron starts.
Now this tower should fall, so QUT gets out of the tower. Now they're looking for the fight. Ultimate connects on the side, but side is still alive. Still low health, but it's not enough to keep it alive. Bane picks up the first kill, and more to fall. Lonnie, GA is popped. Froggendog top in that zone. He's in the middle of the fight. Arctic may be the next target. No, it's Farmer on the south side. Farmer's still definitely high. Goodbye, and the Draven will fall, as will the hopes for UQU to win this game. Alani, last person left. There is your ace secured by Unspecialized, and there will be your game one going to QUT.
Yeah, really great fight there in the M5 QUT. That's just a culmination of that gold lead, about 10k up, and it will simply take out the entire team. Get a chance coming out from the crowd now, and then next falls, and UQU go down to 0-1 in our best of 3 series.
Yeah, so it is a 1-0 start for the veterans of QUT. They have the stage pressure, they have the knowledge, and they had complete control of that game after that initial